Hello beautiful people, Vaida from Bookbinder's Body is here. Today we will do just a beautiful tiny book of Romeo and Juliet, 7 by 4.5 centimeters, over 200 pages in Old English language with metal element on a cover. Let's start with a small gift box which I had. The inside dimensions are slightly bigger, so the book should fit inside. And yes, it will be a gift for my friend. Both of us have a background in theater. In the past, we spent many hours reading, analyzing, and performing different very well-known plays, including plays of William Shakespeare. So I guess I can say we have a nice relationship with Mr. William. So I started by copying and pasting text of Romeo and Juliet on my computer on a small 7 by 4.5 centimeters paper size. When I made a PDF file, I used Bookbinder's Body web application to print my pages in order, and here it is, more than 200 tiny pages which should be cutted and folded in half. And I had 13 signatures. Since this book will be a gift, I wanted to incorporate some special paper for the end pages. Sometimes I work with handmade exotic papers from Nepal, India, Japan, Korea, Cambodia, Italy, and so on. And some of that paper not only handmade, but sometimes hand-painted with dust of a gold. I like to work with it, if a client agrees to pay for it, of course, because usually it is a bit expensive. But I had this leftover of red latka paper and I used it. This one, it's not that expensive and it's still very pretty. And then everything was folded, it started looking so cute. Now, punching holes wasn't easy because the smaller the pages, more difficult it is to handle it. But you know, it is not the rocket science, you can do it. So my holes were at 1.5, 2.5, 4.5, and 5.5 centimeters, which means 4 holes on every signature. And with these end pages I had 15 signatures in total. And I start stitching. Simple stitches, French style, nothing fancy. I don't know what is your thoughts, but personally I think book without its cover is in the most beautiful form. Yes, cover is needed for protection, and also beautiful cover can be a nice fulfilling of the book, but the book without the cover is like a human being who is willing to show you his own real face, without lies, without any masks, just the real face, the way he is. And this is the same between the book and bookbinder. I think it's kind of a secret between the bookbinder and the book. When it comes time to glue your book spine, I always recommend to use good glue and press the book well. I'm trying to demonstrate you how you can work with cheaper materials and tools. Not everyone have a book press at home, and even if you have one, not necessarily you will use it. Let's say if you are going to organize workshop or for other people, or if you are a teacher at school and have lots of students. So you definitely can work with clamps or bricks instead of a book press. This is what I use in this case, clamps, but you can stay on a better side of quality when we talk about glue. Regular white glue would work, especially with students at school, but if you are working for a client or you have workshop for people who are paying money for your classes, don't do that with cheap glue. Glue with a higher quality or professional bookbinder's glue will do much better work in terms of securing the book and protecting it from humidity. The spine also will be less fragile. So, after the gluing book block, I had to cut 2 pieces of cardboard 8 by 5, so it will be slightly bigger than the text block. The cover of this book will be deep red in color with dark blue spine and golden metal elements. Now, because the book cover cloth is so thick and the paper of end pages is so thin, I had to glue a pieces of thick paper on the cardboard of the covers to minimize the difference of thickness. After doing that and letting to dry properly, I finally glued the book block into the cover. And I pressed it well for 24 hours. The last thing I had to do was to attach metal element to the front cover. But now, I don't know if you can see the same thing I see, but I have a huge dark spot on the top left corner of the front cover. Unfortunately, the glue bled out to the surface, and I was hoping it will dry out and won't be seen, but it didn't happen, so I have to improvise and do something about it, or ignore it and pretend it's not there. I guess I'm going to improvise. Oh yes, now I decided to decorate the gift box a bit. Again, nothing fancy, but to be on the prettier side. So beautiful people, thank you for being here with me. I hope your creativity is sparkled a bit and you find something useful or interesting today. It is very awkward to ask, but please like and subscribe to my channel because I really want to get it off the ground. Enjoy your papers and see you next week. Bye!